Stanley stared at the mask in the mirror, feeling an irresistible urge to put it on. The mask seemed to possess a magical power, yearning to cling tightly to his face. Stanley resisted the temptation at first. Curiosity piqued as he examined the mask. A green glow emanated from its interior. Unable to hold back any longer, Stanley placed the mask on his face. It adhered firmly, refusing to budge even as he struggled to pry it off. The mask rapidly engulfed Stanley's head, a bolt of lightning flashing across his face, contorting it in an instant. After a dizzying spin, Stanley had completely transformed into a green-headed monster. With his new identity, Stanley set out to prank his landlord. He crept stealthily towards the landlord's door when suddenly an alarm clock rang out from his pocket. Desperate to silence the incessant ringing, Stanley whipped out a large hammer. He smashed it down with such force that the floorboards shattered, yet the clock remained intact. The next morning, an exhausted Stanley awoke, the events of the previous day feeling like a dream. He was relieved to see the mask sitting unscathed in front of the mirror, and he smiled at his reflection. Suddenly, there was a knock at Stanley's door. The police had arrived to question him, prompted by the landlord's frantic report of the previous day's incident. The damaged floor lent credence to her story. Stanley feigned ignorance in response to the police inquiry. After they left, he realized he was late for work. In a hurry to leave, and fearing further police involvement, Stanley tossed the mask out the window without hesitation. To his surprise, the mask spun around in midair and returned to his room. Without the mask, Stanley arrived at the office, reverting to his timid demeanor. As he settled into his workstation, a co-worker approached him with a newspaper, eager to show him an article featuring Stanley's beloved idol. Transfixed by the beautiful goddess, Stanley was utterly mesmerized. This movie is called The Mask. Due to copyright issues, we can only share the story up to this point. If you're interested, you can watch the original film,